Joy Behar.
Yes.
Going to leave The View.
Well, first of all, it takes someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently, frequently likened President Trump to Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay. You were fired from The View. I think we all were.
I mean, duh, everybody gets.
Hello, and welcome to quite a monumental day here on The View. After 16 seasons, a monument is leaving.
Joy Behar, one of the most outspoken hosts of The View, is making headlines for something surprising. Reports say she almost left the country after being stopped at the airport, all because of a shocking $50 million lawsuit. This kind of lawsuit can ruin careers, reputations, and finances. At the center of the drama is Karoline Leavitt, the new White House press secretary for President Trump. Joy wasn't kind about Karoline, even suggesting that Trump chose her for her looks.
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
I want to be clear, though. It's not her first job. It was her first press briefing. She worked in the previous Trump administration.
Oh, the irony. Joy Behar, a well-known feminist, reduced another woman to a number, and now it looks like she might have tried to flee the situation before things got even worse. Did she really think she could just disappear and leave it all behind? Or is there something bigger going on behind the scenes? This isn't just another celebrity drama. It's a full-blown crisis. Lawyers are scrambling, networks are in panic mode, and fans are left wondering, is Joy Behar's time on The View over for good? Buckle up, because this story just took a wild turn. What started as a heated exchange on The View quickly turned into a massive legal nightmare, one that Behar apparently tried to escape from. Let's rewind a bit to see how it all started. It all began with one comment, one remark that sparked outrage online. During a discussion about Karoline Leavitt, the newly appointed White House press secretary, Joy took a jab, except instead of focusing on Leavitt's policies or experience, she went straight for the low blow, her looks. Just like that, the internet exploded. People were outraged. From conservatives to liberals, feminists, and even longtime Joy Behar fans, no one was laughing. Wasn't this the same Joy who spent years advocating for women's rights, telling people not to judge women by their appearance? Yet here she was, reducing a successful woman to nothing more than a number. The backlash was swift and loud. On social media and news outlets, people called out Behar's hypocrisy. While the View audience was divided, some thought it was a joke, others weren't so forgiving. The controversy kept growing. Then things took a turn for the worse. As Behar tried to downplay the outrage, Karoline Leavitt hit back hard with a $50 million defamation lawsuit. Leavitt wasn't just going to let the comments slide. She went straight for Behar's career and reputation. Legal experts warned that if Behar lost, it could be one of the most expensive defamation cases in TV history. The stakes were high. If Behar lost, it wouldn't just be financial ruin. It could also mean public humiliation. ABC, the network behind The View, was in full-blown crisis mode. They had dealt with scandals before, but this was different. Behar wasn't just another host. She was one of the most recognizable faces on the show. Now, instead of being an asset, she was a major problem. Executives were scrambling to handle the fallout, advertisers were pulling out, and viewers were demanding action. Behar tried to brush it all off, claiming her words were misunderstood. She said she was just sharing her opinion and that people were taking her comments out of context. But the lawsuit wasn't going away, and the pressure continued to mount. Then, just when things seemed like they couldn't get worse, reports surfaced that Behar had booked a one-way flight to Italy. With the lawsuit looming over her head, was she trying to flee the situation before the legal battle even began? Behind the scenes, some insiders claimed Behar was panicked. The backlash wasn't dying down, her career was at risk, and losing the lawsuit could spell financial disaster. Some even suggested that ABC was quietly pushing her out, trying to distance the network from the growing controversy. But whatever her plan was, it didn't go as expected. Law enforcement was reportedly keeping an eye on Behar, and TSA agents were waiting for her at the airport. Witnesses say she was stopped at the gate, questioned by officers, and eventually escorted away. Photos and videos quickly surfaced on social media, showing her being led away by authorities. Within hours, the headlines spread, Joy Behar arrested at the airport. But was she actually arrested or just detained for questioning? As the details unfolded, it became clear that this situation was bigger than anyone realized. The visuals of Behar being escorted away by law enforcement were a devastating look for someone who had spent decades making bold statements on The View. ABC didn't waste any time. Within hours, the network announced that Joy Behar was no longer affiliated with The View. There was no damage control, no defense, just a swift and decisive split. The message was clear. ABC wasn't willing to risk its reputation any further.
She's leaving after 16 years, which is amazing that the show's been around that long. It seems like it was only yesterday to me anyway.
Yeah.
But she's planning to exit the show when her contract ends in August. And she says it's the right time. And she says, you reach a point when you say to yourself, do I want to keep doing this? There are other things on my plate. I've been writing a play.
So, what does this mean for Joy Behar's future? Can she fight back? Or is this truly the end of her career? And what about the lawsuit? Will Karoline Leavitt push forward now that Behar is in the spotlight? The fallout from Behar's arrest sent shockwaves through Hollywood and the political world. As with any big scandal, people quickly took sides. Some argued that Behar was being unfairly targeted, claiming this was another case of cancel culture gone too far. They said her comments were being blown out of proportion and that she was simply a comedian known for making bold, sometimes controversial statements. A few high-profile celebrities even defended her, arguing she was being punished just for speaking her mind, but others weren't so sympathetic. Many pointed out that Behar spent years criticizing public figures on The View, and now, when the tables were turned, she couldn't handle the same level of scrutiny. Conservative commentators, in particular, wasted no time calling her out, suggesting that Behar was finally getting a taste of her own medicine. Some even speculated that this could mark the beginning of the end for The View, especially since the show had already been struggling with declining ratings and pressure from advertisers. Meanwhile, Karoline Leavitt was gaining a lot of attention, perhaps more than anyone expected. What started as a legal battle was turning into a national moment for her, with her name dominating the headlines. Some political analysts suggested that this scandal could actually boost her career. Whether she meant it or not, she was now seen as someone who stood up to a major media figure and came out on top. Some even believed this could open new doors for her, both in politics and the media, but it didn't stop there. Karoline wasn't just going after Joy. It turned out she had her sights set on the entire The View team. From Whoopi to Joy to Sunny, all three of them had made comments that contradicted their supposed support for women. And this issue went back long before Karoline even took her position. It was clear she wasn't backing down anytime soon.